Hey, there you are. Been wondering how you... Did you manage to find... Well, I'll be damned. Now I can find... I know it's not much, but take the last of my bits. You've earned every single one, friend. She couldn't have been. We were... What could she... Good hell. No. Sometimes it seems like... Who'd be interested in some... No shit. That's why... And any... But that's any other horrible truths you... Listen, I appreciate you telling me what happened. I need some time to think. Yeah, I'll just... see you around.
It looks so homey, like a family lived here. All that goodness turned to such devilish ends. secure off-world lab to keep things like that out? Here we go!
I didn't expect Well, security patrol.
Make him regret it. Mr. Lowe was awfully messy, wasn't he? Since we've been traveling together, we've visited a lot of places that set my teeth on edge. This here makes my...
I've seen some reckless operations, but here, it's like they were sloppy work, poor management, and a questionable...
The folks down here dedicated their lives.
Same folks who make the worst guns own, knowing...
What is it with mad scientists and secret labs?
They got the drop on them. action. Here we go. Everyone all right?
Let's get out of here. This place stinks like machine grease and bad science.
This can't be worse than anything we already seen, right?
Let's do this, and then let's get paid.
All together.
Come on.
Welcome to the Adrenatime Synthesis. This productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of, however, reception. Human, please direct. According to this, not to worry. Uh-oh. Management stress. After all, how can I increase your... Don't forget... Did you know that keep WinPam's warning, spacers... Emergency combat, please ensure.
I could give it a shot. Let me just... Huh. Okay. Weird. There we go. All I had to do was convince this old girl here that 73% was the new...
This unit's power rating is 100. Error. Pretend that this PAM unit... Like any good man, employees, verbal manage, engaging...
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me. Can't buy taste.
Beginning security patrol. Security active.
That's the last of them. Watch your hands, Captain. Be a bad time to lose them. Well, I guess any time be a bad time, but especially now.
Huh?
Great work. Uh-oh.
I'm out!
True professional.
genius would love this.
There's something mystical about this thing. Almost holy. Is that weird? All right. Now I can finally get that journal and get the heck out of here.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
That's enough. Gorgon is mine. Go now, and I will not pursue you. But if you stay, I will set every last lawless fucking mercenary in on you. Choice, Captain.
We're not gonna let this brat fuck tell us what to do, are we, Captain?
Starting to hope I get to meet this jerk, just so I can give him a good kick in the shins. Okay, keep him quiet.
We are receiving an incoming...
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgon. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of new protocols. What about Mother's journal? Are you accusing me of deception? Captain, I wouldn't. Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some interference on my end. Captain! Captain!
Hello again, little weasel. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I... Did you really think I would leave my life's work in the boards in... Someone had to protect Gorgon from the...
Mother! You're alive! And still on Gorgon? This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the worst possible time.
Am I disrupting your vanity project? You empty-headed little twit!
Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have the power to stop you.
Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena time must never be revived. I thought you were a part of Minnie's ploy. Her ally in this mad, selfish... But now that I understand, she was lying to you. Not want, Captain. Need. Rather desperately. You've shown yourself more than capable of handling all that Gorgon and I could throw at you. You might be the only one with the
Adrena time didn't create marauders. Mismanagement did. By now, you realize... The project was a colossal failure. That's the spirit. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the Adrena time synthesizer. The key. We're going to start again. And this time with everything Project Gorgon didn't have. Better R&D, better scientists. Who else? Spacer's choice. After I show them the error of their way. If I can improve the chemistry, I can fix Adrena time. I learned from her mistake.
Listen to yourself. Adrena time ruined... And now Halcyon buckles beneath the yoke of my failure. We can't risk...
What about my... Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. The gears of industry swallow them whole, and no one is coming to help. Adrena time is the break we can't fit into the schedule. The office with a window we can't afford to build. It's the best this rotten colony can do for people.
Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude to endure it.
As usual, Mother projects her failures onto me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether.
Minnie doesn't have the mind or the backbone to do the truly difficult work of genius. She is an empty-headed social climber. Nothing more.
You see what I mean? Mother is afraid of being outdone by her empty-headed daughter, and she'll do anything to stop me. If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned. With Adrena time, we can increase worker productivity orders of magnitude above ordinary stims and risk none of the harmful side effects. Imagine if we flooded the market with drugs that actually helped people. We could influence the very business model of Spacer's Choice. I can't change Halcyon's reliance on hard labor and grueling hours, but I can help us endure it. That's my promise.
No, this is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed, razed to the ground. It's the only way.
We already had our chance. Mother chose to bury the project and drag our family down with it. I won't allow her to make that mistake twice.
In rehabilitating Adrena time, she would poison Halcyon. No, we are well past the point of compromise. The facility must be destroyed.
I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. By now, she'll have shut down the Gorgon reactor. Deal with her however it suits you, and get that facility back up and running.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice.
Adrena time is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope. If Mother tries to get in your way, you have my permission to defend yourself, no matter the cost.
This is absurd. You must end this madness, Captain. At what cost, Captain? The risks of a second Marauder wave, or the creation of something worse. They're just too high. Be brave. Make the hard choice. Haven't the people of Halcyon suffered enough? Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon. Don't pretend you haven't seen its effects with your own eyes, here and elsewhere. We live in a vicious world, Captain, and Adrena time is to blame. My daughter's gotten her hooks into you. I understand. She's always had a knack for manipulating people. But I know you're more than her foolish little puppet. You've survived this long. You have to be more. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistakes she might make, she is still my daughter.
Captain, in light of recent events, I'm putting the manor under lockdown. Until Mother is dealt with, anyone who lands here is presumed hostile. Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
Take someone to watch your back.
Critical missile line.
Stay on your guard, Captain. I think she's expecting us.
I don't think we're getting a warm welcome this time.
Process. Yeah.
We're pretty good.
Assist me.
Who's ready for more?
I'll admit, I was expecting a wine cellar. Nothing good ever come out of a place like this, Captain.
Didn't even get our hands dirty.
I smell it!
Incoming!
I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? You should have listened to my advice. There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena time without you, and certainly without... You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let anything... You'll surprise me, Captain. Once we fix the chemistry of Adrena time...
But a lot of folks are gonna suffer in the meantime. And you don't even know if it'll...
The days of the old Adrena time are numbered, and marauders are bound for extinction. Insane people addicted to drugs are Mother's problem. Am I to be held accountable for her mess?
It ain't about who's accountable. Those people are hurting, and they're hurting others. You could help.
Besides, Mother is determined to ruin everything she touches. First... Stand down? I think people want to buy clean drugs, and I want to sell them. Under my leadership, Adrena time will live. Farewell, Captain. If it wasn't already obvious, you're fired.
Cysts are
Take your back.
You've finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgon down once and for all. I only wish that Minnie had seen reason. Join me for a toast in the drawing room.
Stay armed and ready, Captain. I still don't trust her.
Hand to law, Captain. I mean... I'll have a drink waiting.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
promises, Captain. Do you know the funny thing?
Make him regret it!
You guys all right? Sure we can't take a detour so I can fix that elevator? Here we go! Everyone all right?
I'd rather crawl through another HIA than work in a place like this.
What?
This is why I never wanted an honest job. You gotta teach me that.
wall. Look at the size of this thing. Some kind of slumbering beast.
I'll give you one thing, little weasel. You are relentless. I did everything in my power to stop you, yet here you stand before me. Just so we're clear, if you intend to restart this machine, I'm done talking. All that remains.
About time.
No, wait, Captain!
So this is how...
Take your best shot! We did it! Yeah, huh?
I'll give... just... I'm done. If you believe this will be I can no more walk away. I will die before I let my... There is no working with Spacer's Choice. You work for... If you refuse, they sell your contract to a rival firm staffed by your enemies. And if you've really irritated... Sincerely, I wish you luck. I suspect you're just... Besides that madman, Wells. Judging by his wanted poster, he has it right. The board...
If she really agreed with Mr. Wells, she'd be out there helping him, not holed up here on this rock.
Very well. I'd like to ask you something before we end this farce. I think I'm due that much at least. Uncertainties still gnawing at you, Cap? I'm afraid I was not entirely... After Spacer's Choice released the unstable version of Adrena Time, and perhaps it's more accurate. They did. But I weighed that hurt against the greater injury. And I did warn Jasper. He'd come to and scuttle the only chance I might ever until you came It was wishful thinking.
So the answer is hole up and wait for the end? Captain, you know that's bullshit.
You've plumbed all the sordid depths of Gorgon. You know how many lives my work destroyed. And still... You know that's not true, and still you say it. There is not a solution to every problem. And you can't just will one to appear. Some things, but enough. You didn't come... I'll give you...
Their mistake. Back with us.
Well, that's done. Much as I'd like to think Spacer's Choice won't make the same mistakes, I'd rather not stick around to find out.
Maybe we can make her see reason. Convince her to change. People can change, right?
I've been ready for this since she messed with us at the OCI.
Processing investigation.
You got the drop on us.
Unexpected.
What was that?
Something busted? Can't help wondering if we're doing the right thing. For us, the Ambroses, or even Halcyon. Maybe there's some way we can get them to work together.
Please, please, can.
You've done it! The Gorgon asteroid is under my control. The Ambrose family curse is broken. Thank you, Captain. We're going to change the Halcyon colony. As for Mother, what's done is done. I grieved for her long ago. Thank you, but save the kind words for someone who can use them. I haven't forgotten your payment. Here's a little extra for your discretion.
Always prefer getting paid to getting shot for my silence.
I hope she really can help the colony. You can't be everywhere at once after all, Captain.
Of course, my gratitude goes out to your crew as well. Equal contributor. This has been a long time coming, Captain. I can finally get... Where do you go from here? What heroic challenge will the intrepid captain of the Scandalous. I expect nothing less. You have a knack for aiming your sights high. Good luck out there, Captain. I would wish you safe travels, but I do...
This unit can't help itself. Peace is not any concern.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board?
You think I could hire myself out to ships in need someday? Be my own mechanic, like how Ellie's her own doctor? I could probably spend years fixing this. I could probably spend years.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the lab. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident depth. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf. I would also ask. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a
Attention, unauthorized. You are hereby... I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? You're up to 5,708. Not... We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders. Tartarus docking. Wait.
Transmission terminated. How can I be? Take care. I am pleased to inform. Please be. The interior. I would also. Oh, speak.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. You are hereby... UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us by delivering. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make... Protocol is... The starter... Wait.
Transmission. How can I? Take care.
Captain did right by us once. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardad.
What was that?
Take your best shot.
storm like that guarding the gates.
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
What? Something's not right.
Sublight has arrived. Hey, kid. A little bird told me you could use our help. I owed you one, and I always pay my debts. We're not about to leave our favorite vice president hung out to dry. Contractor. Go bust some heads and tell him Lillian sent you. They're on it.
Thought I saw something.
Wasting company ammo.
Look out!
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
electronics that invent.
Watch out!
Make him regret it.
Well, look who... I'll be I had heard you'd taken him.
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I...
Ah, and the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
When you go off and get your... I'm not... Besides...
They got the drop on her.
I don't see what the fuss is.
Not even a threat!
Pulse performing.
Guess this is it, huh?
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you all.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced... Do you imagine you're leading some grand rep... I don't know how... You're... The board is the only... I have done... I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because you're a talented fighter. I'm going... This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died.
Nice going. There we go.
Why won't you just die?
Get out of here!
You made it. I can hardly believe my eyes. You didn't have to do this, you know. Risk your life just to save mine. I just hope your efforts were not in vain. You went through a great deal of trouble just for one foolish old man. You've left the board in tatters, but Halcyon is still on the verge of starvation. I just hope we're not too late. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. Earth isn't going to help us. No one's going to help us now. We're alone out here, and I don't know if we're going to survive. I had hoped your fellow colonists might hold the key to saving Halcyon, but I don't have nearly enough chemicals to revive them all. I'll do what I can. I just hope it's not too late. It's time I return to my lab. I'll try to save as many of the Hope's colonists as I can. You're under no obligation. Thank you. I'm going to need all the help. I know I've asked too much of you already. I revived you into a strange and unfamiliar colony. I put your life at risk. I made you... We were going to save this colony, you know. That's what... Now, I don't know. I always suspected Halcyon might...
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left leaderless, the people of Stellar Bay and Amber Heights were slowly but inevitably picked apart by the wildlife of Monarch. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur clouds settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. Some found their way to Sublight, some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for food in the wilderness. In the end, only the beasts remained. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered Sublight Salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The Sublight family would thrive for years to come, The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The Gorgon project created divisions among Wells' newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses. Minnie Ambrose made a compelling case for the benefits of an improved Adrenatime formula, one that could reinvigorate Halcyon's exhausted, malnourished workforce as they fought for survival in a new and uncertain world. She led the project, committed to reasonable schedules and honest reporting. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. After all he'd seen and heard adventuring with you, the vicar Maximilian de Soto renounced his faith and joined the effort to rebuild the colony. Ironically, he finally found the joy that had eluded him over the course of his life, and realized that perhaps he was always meant to be just a simple laborer after all. He quickly dismissed the idea. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He was never able to come to terms with his own past, troubled by the decision of placing all his faith in the first colonist he ever revived, the infamous Captain of the Unreliable. The revival project yielded mixed results. Phineas, weighed down by limited support and his own guilt, struggled to revive more than a handful of scientists and engineers. They made a heroic effort to solve the colony's problems, but with small numbers and facing long odds, their solutions never caught on. Only a few of the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Wells died before he could see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a haunted man, crushed by the guilt of his failures. Small, petty factions squabble over what remains of the colony. Every attempt to reach out to Halcyon's neighbors is met with silence. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.